All humans share that same disease.
I wonder if the sky will be blue tomorrow.
Tomorrow we'll set out. It'll be a long journey. Because for her, it is a quest to forget.
I do realize that she's still deeply grieving over her fiancé's death. But why is she taking you along as a guard?
I wrote her from jail saying I wanted to spend my life paying for my terrible crime. She came to me and told me that if I really meant it, then I could repay her by protecting her from any and all danger. I agreed. I know she hasn't forgiven me for killing him, but at least she gave me a chance to try and pay for what I did. Back then, I had a dragon inside me I was unable to tame. Eventually, the dragon took control of me, and I became a disgusting virus. I brought pain and suffering to anyone who crossed my path. It would have led to my own destruction if I hadn't been caged.
Does she have a particular destination?
I don't know where we're going, but I would follow her to the very edge of the world. This is her journey to help her forget and move past her tragic loss, but it is also my journey of atonement and embarking on a new life. Well, I should get going. I have a few things I need to wrap up before we leave tomorrow. Oh, Kino, since you're such an experienced traveler, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What's the most important thing I need to be careful of during my journey?
That's an easy one. It's the same as when you're not traveling, when you're living your ordinary day-to-day life.
Huh?
Just don't get yourself killed.
Thanks, Kino. I'll see you around.
My God. His capacity for change amazes me. Not too long ago, he was nothing but a terrible scoundrel, but he came out of jail a very humble and peaceful man. You see, in this country, those who clean up their acts are forgiven. Even the worst criminals can return to society with renewed integrity and begin again.
You used to have a dragon in your heart? Are you kidding me? You think you're the only one with demons to deal with?
Well, that'll definitely help her forget. She didn't even have to travel that far.
The worst part of your treachery was using me for your absolution. Bastard. You know, you could have stopped me if you wanted to, Kino. Why didn't you? Would you rather I had jumped in and stopped you? Playing God's not my job. Where are you going from here? I will continue my search for the place that doesn't remind me of him. Kino, since you're such an experienced traveler, can I ask you a question? What's the most important thing to watch out for during my journey? That's an easy one. Don't kill anybody. I don't like getting involved with people on my journey.
Our journey? Why?
Because we're just passing through.
We've met a lot of people. I wonder how everyone's doing.
I wonder if she's still out there riding the roads.
No idea. Wait, who are we talking about?
Thank you for listening to my story, Kino. Thank you. The purpose of your travels is now crystal clear.
Though it's rather reckless to travel these roads without any weapons, just to protest the meaninglessness of arbitrary violence.
It may sound strange, but we've been traveling like this for years and haven't met trouble yet. You may have just met with extraordinary luck. Perhaps. I'm sure that some bit of luck plays a part. But my security lies with someone who sympathizes with my ideals. I know it's not the safest thing for us to be doing out here, We're probably nothing more than easy targets for anyone up to no good. Are you going to keep traveling even though you're aware of that? Someone needs to preach the ideal and spread the word. I know we can't incite change immediately, but the seeds I've sown will sprout from thoughts to deeds and grow closer to the ideal. And that will continue long after I am gone.
Why do you push yourself so much?
A bullet took my love from me. It has become my purpose.
You must really hate the killer.
I heard that shortly after the shooting, he too was gunned down by a persuader. Hatred would no more heal my pain than it would perpetuate it.
The killer was on her trail for months. He was after her because he feared her vengeance. I could never forgive anyone for hurting a soul so pure and perfect.
You killed him because you love her, don't you?
There's not a thing in this world I wouldn't do for that woman.
So it seems. Huh?
They all died without shooting back.
Brock must have done it. He must be phenomenal if he killed them without her knowing.
She would kill herself if she ever found out.
At this rate, she'll be planting the seeds of nonviolence for a long time.
How many lives do you think it'll take to spread the word?
Hermes! Whoa!
Can't run out of your...
Hermes! Hermes, come on! Hermes! Oh, come on, Hermes. Please get up. Hermes!
Shh, quiet.
It's a monster!
Who's a monster?
I'll never forget that night. I was so scared, so alone. Who would have thought she'd have changed my life forever? And who would have thought I'd come to call her master?
Why don't you like getting involved with other people, Kino?
It's not that I don't like it, Hermes. On the contrary, I want to continue my journey because of the people. I've learned some very valuable things from some of them. Whether good or bad, I always appreciate the encounters.
Listen to me, Kino. Of all the things you have to remember, the most important thing to hold on to is your life.
Kino, we need to get gas or I won't make it to the next country.
I really thought that last place would have sold motor rad fuel.
I just don't want to be stranded in the rain.
Didn't someone say that there was a hermitage down the road?
Yeah, and something about a wise man that lives there, right?
I see something. That must be it. Supposedly, he's not obsessed with wealth or power, and he freely gives away whatever excess he has. If we're lucky, he'll have some excess fuel. How lucky do you feel, Hermes? Excuse me, I'm a traveler seeking shelter from the rain. May I come in? I really appreciate this. Thank you very much.
Not at all.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course, what is it?
The people from a nearby country told me that a wise man lives here. Are you the one everyone's talking about?
No, I'm just his housekeeper and caretaker. The wise man is resting downstairs.
Downstairs?
He's sick and needs rest.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He won't last much longer. You know, it would probably do him some good to talk to a traveler. I'll take you down. Right this way, please. This isn't the right time to ask for fuel, is it? Excuse me. I've brought a traveler for you to talk to. She came here seeking shelter from the rain.
I'm sorry to disturb you like this when you're sick.
Yes, okay.
This crusty pile of dust is the great wise man.
Hermes?
He's transcended and lives his life free from the earthly desires of the ordinary world.
So, Is that why everyone started calling him the Great Wise Man?
During his fabled travels, he came to a country and entered. While there, he lived on the street like the homeless dregs of society. One day, as he was sitting on the sidewalk, the king passed by. He looked down and brashly offered him anything he desired in the world.
I desire for you to move. You're blocking my sunshine. There's no treasure greater than that of the sun.
The king was taken aback. He knelt down and said that he must be a great and wise man. And ever since then, he's been known as such.
That's rubbish. It's all just garbage. You know nothing.
Please excuse me. I need to clean upstairs.
Fabled travels. You were a traveler as well? Before you said it was all just garbage. What did you mean by that? Could you tell me?
It's not true. The reason I'm called wise is because I love neither possession nor fame nor glory. I'm not like this because I'm enlightened and overcame the desires that dominate mankind.
I don't quite follow.
Basically, I've never had a strong reason for any desire.
What'd be your reason for desire?
The country I came from was overrun with insidious criminals committing deadly crimes.
Countries like that are everywhere.
It may just be human instinct, but the violence was increasing, so the leaders began searching for ways to make the country safer.
I'm sorry, this relates to you how?
I can scarcely remember that far, but I know I was in jail for a heinous crime. I killed a man for taking my corner. Shortly after, I was chosen for an experimental procedure. The process was designed to eradicate self-consciousness.
To do what?
They pondered the difference between the desire to commit crimes versus the will to actually do it. Their answer was self-consciousness. They deduced that if someone insulted you, you would want to kill them, and after you killed them, you would feel like you became stronger. These feelings occur and subsequently become action, all because of self-consciousness, and therefore should be neutralized. After repeated sessions, my brain eventually produced antibodies against self-consciousness, but something went wrong. Along with other desires, I lost my desire to work. If the entire population became like me, the country would cease and collapse. I was immediately exiled and guaranteed death upon return. I was deemed a failure.
A failure?
I still had the basic desires of eating and sleeping, so I did just enough to satisfy these areas. Then, one day a hypnotist came by and told me something very strange.
I know a way to return you to the man you once were. Listen closely to the words I tell you. Oh, you are just a wicked. You have already forgotten them, haven't you? If you remember the words just one time, you will turn back into the man you once were. I've written them on this piece of paper. Feel free to follow the bottle if you like. How about if I give you a hint? Now pay attention! The words are spoken, but none true are spoken. Can you figure it out?
I had no desire to return to what I was, but without even realizing it, I was walking along with the bottle. People dubbed me the Great Wise Man, just because I was living a simple life and gave without wishing for anything in return. There's one thing I'm thankful for. A few days ago, a doctor came here. When he told me that my health was failing and that I didn't have long in this world, I didn't get scared or sad, but rather satisfied. Only the wise man could take it like that, he said as he left.
I wonder what the riddle was.
The only true words in the world. I've heard this somewhere before.
Hey, wasn't it something like real blue sky?
The true blue sky.
Yes.
Kino, have you ever seen a true blue sky?
What?
It was something my grandfather said before he passed away. It doesn't matter if you find true blue sky or not. I asked him what it was he was trying to tell me. But he died right there, wearing a smile.
He was talking to you about the true blue sky before he went?
Yes, Ever since that moment, I've always wondered what a true blue sky might be. Do you have any idea, Kino? Have you ever heard of this?
Let me think about it. My answer would have to be, there's no such thing.
Huh? What do you mean?
The color of the sky changes depending on the place, the time, season, weather. Each one is perfect, and each one is beautiful. But of all the skies I've seen, I can't tell you which sky is true blue when each one is perfect. There's no such thing, but that's just my opinion.
I see. I'm not sure if that's what he meant, but, well, I'm glad I asked you.
There is no such thing. There's no such thing. That's it. That was it. He tricked me. There's no way he could know how. There's no way to make me back to what I used to be. But that's exactly what he said. There's no such thing. But how ironic. As soon as I noticed it, I can't stop my feeling.
Are you okay, Wiseman?
Why do I feel like this? Tell me I had nothing to do with such pain. What was my life for? What did I live for?
The great wise man seems to have calmed down. Thank you for everything.
I hope you'll be okay. Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Why didn't you kill him when he snapped back there?
I didn't think you noticed.
I could hear a round being loaded into the chamber.
Goodness. You see, the wise men and I come from the same country. Even after his experiment failed, they continued the research on dismantling the self-conscious. Finally, there was a breakthrough. They were able to eliminate self-consciousness and earthly desires while retaining the drive to work.
You're the breakthrough.
Yes. My job is to monitor the failure and ensure that he does not return to how he once was. If he does revert back, I was told to kill him.
Well then, why didn't you carry out your orders and kill him?
Kill him? The doctor said he won't live much longer anyway. All I can say for certain is my employment will soon come to an end. I'll need to find work.
What do you want to do after this?
Oh, maybe I'll go on a journey. Then they'll call me the Wise One.
Kino, your journey's not too much different from his.
How so?
No purpose and no plan.
You may not be far off, but there's one significant difference between mine and theirs.
What's that?
Well, now, I'm taking my trip consciously.